I tell you what, this film caught me off guard. I had no clue what I was getting myself into, and wow, was it a time. Folks, let's jump into my review of the new film, KillHer. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film KillHer, like killer, which made its world premiere this year at Screamfest 2022. Man, this film was intense. It was so much going on left and right. It was just entertaining. It was brutal. Amazing performances. There was a lot I liked about this film, and I just had no clue. And I'll be very honest, this wasn't a film that I had pretty high on my priority list to check out. But upon a little bit of gap and like, hey, I should pick up something else to watch, I kind of stumbled across this one. And I'm so glad I did, because it's definitely worth a watch. And I think when the world gets a chance to check this out, I think a lot of people are going to be talking about it, because there's a lot of things that this film does that I think people will really be keen to. And overall, I think it's super unpredictable in a sort of predictable way, but maybe not predictable. It keeps you guessing is the bottom line here. So I did enjoy this film, and let's get into it. So you have Mattie, Eddie, Jesse, and Ray, a group of best friends here. And this happens to be Mattie's bachelorette party. And her best friend and Eddie, who is just the biggest prankster. I mean, she goes too far in her pranks. Like, I can't even call her a prankster, because I feel like there's a level of like maybe humor to jokes. But Eddie, no. Eddie just overkill, and then she kind of reels back and like, it was a joke. Like, not my cup of tea. But the whole joke was that they were going to be doing a little camping trip, and the camping trip was going to end up being near Mattie's fiancé in Jagger, who, when they find out that Jagger isn't there, it ends up being another guy, Mr. Rogers, which this guy just looks completely up to no good. And certainly with him being suspect, this now has the four ladies kind of like uneasy. They don't know if they can trust him, and they actually don't know what's all going on here, because now they're out in the woods, they don't have cell phone reception, and it's a lot of figuring out for things. And like, obviously with Eddie being this sort of like unpredictable wild card with them, knowing what's a joke and what's not a joke, you know, that's keeping everybody on edge. And then obviously Mattie's trying to figure out, well, I thought the Jagger's supposed to be out here. Where is he? And if he's not out there, you know, and we're out here with this other guy, it's just a lot of figuring out here. So you have a lot of different sort of little things happening in this film that I think sort of makes this a good mystery film. But it also makes it a potential for a lot of other different genres that I don't want to give away for. But it sets up for this film to go in a lot of different directions, in which in the beginning I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect, but I'm all for it. And in fact, it was entirely a good ride. I certainly want to start off by saying that the character Eddie, who is played by MC Huff, is unhinged, it is psychotic, and it is an epic performance. She nails this character. The entire time you go from like hating her to being suspicious to like, okay, maybe she's not bad, you know, to a bunch of other little things that this character creates in this film. And you have Emily Hall, who plays Jess, Jenna Z, who's played Mattie, Nicole Lovince, who plays Ray. That's our four. And I should shout out a couple of other characters too. Harrison White, who plays HSB. This character right here instantly makes a presence, and I'm just like, okay, like that character. I thought that Nicole and her dialogue and her lingo with Ray was on point. She was speaking a lot of what I would be saying, so I love that character sort of being the lens for me in this situation. But overall, the entire cast all brought something special and unique to their characters, which made them all enjoyable. And for this again to be an independent film, because you know most film festivals are independent films, this was a solid production. Like up and down the board, it was just working. Now, with that being said, the film was completely laughable at times, and when it really comes down to why all of this has happened, it's so simple because it is a missing persons thing. Where's Jagger, her fiance? And then a lot starts to get revealed about Jagger. A lot gets revealed about Mr. Rogers. A lot gets revealed about Eddie. A lot gets revealed to Mattie. And a lot of these things are just boiling and boiling and boiling until things start to explode. And then things start to get crazy. As I said, Eddie and MC Huff's performance as Eddie become psychotic and unhinged. And things just flip at a point in this film, which I just was like, okay. I wasn't expecting that, but let's do it. Let's go all the way in. And I enjoyed the cinematography with some of these swift transitions between like the different vantage points and moving from character to character. They were doing some really cool, unique things that was like keeping me engaged. So I thought that was really good. And then I like overall the final act of this film. And how this film was basically something that I love in horror films is the big can of karma. When folks get that return receipt, I love it. And the ending was completely fun. And I just thought, like, because at that point I was like, well, how's this all gonna resolve? But the ending was completely fun and well executed. So this little bit of a roller coaster that we go on in this film, up and down the board, I thought they handled it very, very well. This is a lot that I like with this film, and to not spoil anything, you're just not going to be ready. I think a little bit about Eddie leads you to think things are predictable with this character, but then it gets unpredictable, and then it gets like I was right, and then it gets like okay, maybe I wasn't right. There's a lot that is very, very compiled into that one character. And even Mattie, sort of the development of this character becomes a very interesting as well. But then again, as I said, Ray, I love some of the lingo that Ray was having in this film, and Jess as well too. I just thought that these characters, they really were all unique, but it almost feels like they are really best friends, because the banter, some of the exchanges and the clapbacks, a lot of these things that were being said and done, I just thought was done very well. And if it was just their first time meeting and the script was given to them and they worked this out, I mean, hey, hats off to them, because they nailed it. So yeah, when you check out this film, man, I just be ready. It's a little bit campy at times. The dialogue is funny. Sometimes it's predictable. Sometimes it's not predictable. And overall, it's just a fun, exciting, just a time that you're just not going to know what's coming. So, but yeah, check out KillHer. Again, it made its world premiere this year at Screenfest. Jump in the comments, folks. Let me know your thoughts about this. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon. Thank you for watching.